How to set up a date through texting. Good news is you don't suck at texting. You're just doing too much, which is actually pushing girls away. The bad news is, there is no bad news. You're about to learn how to do it properly. Before I get into it, if you like videos that get into the topics of dating, social confidence, how to approach women respectfully and successfully, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I also do coaching. The link is down below. So to give you context, these texts are from a girl that I approached while I was living in Mexico for about like 2 months. I approached her at the gym on a Sunday evening, and she was this beautiful blonde Austrian girl, about like 21, 22 years old. I was 24 at the time. I'm going to show you every text that she and I sent to each other that led to our first date together. So again, I approached her at the gym, and it was around like 7:30 p.m. when I approached her, got her number, and then about an hour later, 8:30 p.m., I text her, "Hey, it's Jacob from the gym. It was fun meeting you. Hope you worked out at least a little bit. Haha." I just want to address something real quick here. There's this big misconception about like, oh, you have to wait 3 days to text a girl. It's like this old-fashioned thing, I guess. I don't know. You pretending that you don't care is just more complicated for yourself. What I've learned from all of this is the less complicated you make it for yourself, the better it is for her as well. Okay? So that's where I used to always fuck up as a guy. Like, I would think that I had to make it complicated. I had to wait 3 days to text her. I had to pretend that like I didn't give a fuck about her, when in reality all that does is like make the girl uninterested in you, because it's like, okay, you approached her and then like you kind of didn't say anything for like, a week or something. It's like, dude, just when you approach a girl, just like text her basically that same day, being like, "Hey, what's up? It was fun meeting you," whatever. So that's one thing about like the waiting a long time to text the girl. Don't do that shit, bro. Like, it's not really that complicated. Like, just please listen to what I'm telling you. It's really this simple. Okay, it's just human communication. You don't try to manipulate girls. Don't try to like do these weird things where it's like, oh, like if I wait 3 days, that means like she's gonna like wonder what I'm up to and stuff or whatever. It's like, live your life. Like, if you naturally cannot respond for 3 days because you're like just so busy that like you can't you can't text her for 3 days straight, then okay, that's your authentic self, okay? But if you approached her at the gym or wherever you approached her, and an hour later you're free and you're like, "Hey, I'm just gonna shoot her a message just to like start this interaction," just do it. Like, it doesn't matter, okay? All that stuff doesn't really matter, I promise you, dude. So when I approached her initially at 7:30 p.m., the gym was closing at 8 p.m. and she didn't know that. Okay, so I said, "Hope you worked out at least a little bit, haha." She responded, "Hey, yeah, it was nice meeting you too. Yes, 30 minutes, haha, but better than nothing, haha." Saying the ha-has out loud is so stupid, but you get the point. That opening line, by the way, where I just say like, "Hey, it's Jacob from X location. It was fun meeting you." That's what I text every girl, and that it's just like the simplest thing. Like, you don't have to be fancy. You don't have to like be this like perfectionist. That's what always would like fuck me up on Tinder, and then like even when I would move onto like actual phone numbers from Tinder, I would always get ghosted because I would just like overcomplicate things and like try to like be this perfectionist, try to be like super funny and witty or whatever. Like, have text game. Text game is not a real thing, bro. Text game is for pussies. Pussies that are too afraid to just like ask a girl out. Okay, so then they go on all like, I promise you, bro, like any video that you see on YouTube that like teaches you text game is so stupid, bro. There's no such thing as text game if you actually want to go on dates with girls. If you want to like be a girl's friend and like text her like memes or whatever, then watch the text game videos. I promise you though, men that are approaching women and then going on dates with those women and then are actually having sex with those women or developing relationships with those same women that they approached and dated all the way through, they are not text game, or like they're not doing that shit. They're just like straight up like doing the shit that I'm about to show you, right? The shit that I'm showing you, they're straightforward about it. They don't have time for text game, all right? This is what it is. It's just being like a robot. Just be a robot. Like, basically, you should treat texts as simply as a way to set up the first date, okay? Save the getting to know her and all like the funny stuff, like you showing off your funny personality or whatever. Save all of that for the actual first date or like the second, third, fourth date, okay? Don't show off your personality on like through texting. And I know a lot of guys are like, "Oh, but like won't the girl get bored?" I'm about to show you how to avoid that, okay? So again, I just say something simple. "Hey, it's Jacob from the gym. It was fun meeting you." I always say that, steal that line. It's not even a line to steal. It's just me being like, "Hey, this is me from earlier. What's up? Like, that's it. I always say it was fun meeting you, just to kind of remind her of like, it was a fun interaction, you know, like an approach is like spontaneous. It's this like fun, you know, little lovely, innocent, spontaneous situation, you know, this interaction basically. And typically it's fun. Like if I get the girl's number and like she actually was like smiling during the, you know, interaction, it's a fun time. So I kind of remind her like, hey, it was fun meeting you. And then I might say like an optional kind of second line, like, hope you worked out at least a little bit, or like whatever, like something that like references our conversation when I approached her. She responds with, hey, yeah, it was nice meeting you too. Yes, 30 minutes, but better than nothing. Haha. And then she texted me like 3 hours later, and you know, it is what it is, whatever. It's already 11:40. So then I text her the next morning saying, nice, emoji with the muscle. You free this week to grab food, smoothies, go to the beach or something like that? I used to, in this situation, try to come up with clever shit because I believed that you needed to have text game and that you needed to, you know, impress the girl and make her laugh and see how funny of a guy you are all through text, okay? So me, like 5 years ago, and you right now probably, what you do is like, you'll maybe be on Tinder and then you'll try to like impress the girl and like try to say something funny, and then the conversation just kind of dies. You know what I mean? I've had so many situations like that when I was inexperienced. And then even like my best friend, he's like this, I mean, he has a girlfriend now, but he was on Tinder forever and he would always get into this trap. He was a cute guy. Pause. He was a good looking guy. So he would get matches on Tinder, but then he would like text the girls and just try to be funny the entire time, and then the girls would like get bored because he was never actually asking her out on a date. So right here, what I did is like, look, 30 minutes, haha, cool. I'm just responding with like, cool, nice, you know, emoji. Literally like the least amount of effort possible, okay? And then I immediately just say like, hey, like, you free this week to grab food, smoothies? Like, I'm immediately asking her out on a date. This is literally the second, like, you know, text sort of like sequence or whatever you want to call it that I'm sending her. Okay. You want to ask her out pretty much immediately, bro. Like, set up the date. Girls don't want to be your texting buddy, right? This is the trap that so many guys fall into, is like they try, again, I mean, I've been talking about this entire video, but I need to like get it into your head because this was like something that I struggle with so much, and so many guys that I've coached struggle with this, and I'm helping them in my private community. You can go check that out. The link is down below. Just straight up ask her out on a date. And again, you have to like remember that girls that you've gotten their numbers, maybe you've approached them, or even if you've gotten their numbers like through like Tinder or whatever, dating apps and all that stuff. If you got a girl's number and it was like in a dating context, she does not want to just simply be your texting buddy, okay? Girls are hoping that you're going to ask them out on a date, all right? They're hoping for that. And it's your job as the man to initiate a date, okay? You might think it's unfair. You might like be like, oh, it's like, it's so unfair. Like, dating, you know, is so unfair for men. Like, it puts all the pressure on us. It's like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, yeah, like, ask her out on a date. Say, hey, are you free this week to grab food, smoothies, whatever. We're on the, like, kind of in a beach town here, so that's what I told her. But you could just say something like, are you free this week to go like grab drinks and food or something like that. Here is also, I want to mention this thing where this is very important. This idea that you have to be like this alpha, this like overly assertive, narcissistic alpha. So notice how like I'm asking her like, are you free this week? Like to, you know, do, you know, X, Y, and Z. I'm not saying like, let's meet this Friday to do this. There's like this really retarded advice that I see online where it's like, don't ask the girl any questions, just like make statements. Like, you know, don't say, are you free this week? Question mark. Like, ask her if she's free. Just say like, let's do something this week. Like, just be like assertive, right? I see this advice all the time where you're not really cooperating with the girl at all. You're just kind of telling her what to do. And it kind of plays into this like stupid idea that like women are like just submissive and want to be just like dominated and controlled by you. Okay, some women will do that, but I promise you, you will not have success dating. Like, also, like, you're not gonna have success dating like good quality women if you're just like telling them what to do. Okay, women, they like, yes, like to an extent, like they want to be led, right? And we'll get into that later, but they don't want to just be told what to do, bro. Like, this is 2025. This isn't fucking, like pre-voting rights or whatever. Like, this isn't like the suffrage movement era. Women are not gonna just be like slaves to you, bro. They want to cooperate with you, right? And that's how you should approach this: is like, be cooperative. Like, try to figure something out together. Okay, like, you as the man, you set up the date. Sure, like, you're the one that like kind of proposes like the time and place potentially, but women don't want to just be like a slave and just like say yes to everything that you do. Okay. And you're honestly going to push a lot of really high quality, like intelligent, like self-respected women away from you if you just started like telling them what to do, being like, let's just like fucking, let's do something this Sunday or whatever. It's like, no, bro, you got to cooperate. You got to ask them like, hey, are you free this Sunday to do something? This idea that like women are going to like look down on you because you're not being like dominant enough, bro, I promise you it's not real. It's truly very stupid. Like, the advice that is online when it comes to this, bro, and it's crazy because most of the advice that you see online is like that, right? It's like there's a weird red pill, like assertive, like narcissistic advice. You want to be like assertive, but you also want to cooperate, okay? Like, be cooperative. So again, she responds a few hours later saying, yes, that sounds great. When are you free? Even in this situation, right? I text her at 10:38 a.m. She responds at 3:30 p.m. Just be patient, bro. Like, again, the more patient and just chill you are about this, it just shows that you're like grounded in yourself and you're not like anxious when it comes to this. Okay. It shows that you have options, even if you don't have options. Okay. It shows that you have options because, like, if a guy who has like a ton of women in his, phone number, is he going to be double texting a specific girl being like, hey, are you free? Like, hey, what's up? Why aren't you texting back? Like, a guy who has a surplus of, options when it comes to women, like, he's like, let's just say he's like hooking up with like 3, 4, 5 different girls at the same time, right? He's not worried too much about like one girl not texting him back or something. It's like, it's not a big deal to him. So that's the same like energy you want to have. So you might not have like that reality right now where like you have a ton of girls like in your phone basically that you could like hang out with, and you probably don't. I'm not trying to make fun of you, but like, if you're watching this, you probably are still trying to figure this out. My best advice that I can give you is just pretend you have that surplus already. Pretend you have like a ton of women in your phone already. So I respond 8 minutes later, or no, like 20 minutes later, being like, I'm free tonight, 7 p.m., or we could do tomorrow around the same time. We could have food somewhere, then go get drinks to go chill on the beach or something. She responds, she gives it a thumbs up. She responds a couple hours later saying tomorrow would be perfect. I respond an hour later saying, sounds good. Let's do, this restaurant tomorrow, 7 p.m. then. And she says, yeah, perfect. So just notice how like stupidly simple this conversation is. The whole conversation is just about, hey, this is Jacob from when we met earlier. Like, it was fun meeting you. I'll wait and just like see if the girl responds to that. All right. I'm not going to invite her out on the date immediately. My first message is always just like, hey, this is Jacob from earlier. It was fun meeting you. I want to see if she's even interested in me. So I just send that and then I wait. I don't message her back. I'm not like double texting her. I'm not inviting her out on a date immediately. I just send her like, hey, it was fun meeting you. And I see if she even responds. Sometimes, I'll be honest, bro, I'll get a girl's number and I'll say, hey, it's Jacob from, the sidewalk earlier. It was fun meeting you. And she won't respond to me. And, a day goes by, a week goes by. She doesn't respond. And I'm like, okay, cool. She's not interested. And I just delete her number and I move on. Okay. That's how you're going to see if girls are actually interested in you, is not by like being this needy guy, not by being this like overly performative, funny guy. Just be chill, be simple. Hey, Jacob, it was fun meeting you. And if she responds, then okay, she's actually interested in you. All right. If she doesn't, then you get to move on and, actually go approach more girls and do the same thing until you meet a girl like this that actually responds to you. And the second point that I want to make, just to recap everything, is don't try to be funny, bro. Just try to set up a date as soon as possible, right? Don't waste time. Save all the funny stuff, all the memes or whatever. Like save all the funny stuff for when you're actually on the date with her. But again, I want you to just to see like how, like this is basically the blueprint for like what you should be texting women. Okay, you could screenshot this, you could save it, you could download it. You fucking better thank me for this, because I'm literally just giving you like just the step-by-step blueprint. You don't have to be funny, you don't have to be interesting, you don't have to be witty, right? You just approach a girl, you have a simple conversation with her, you know, you're confident, you're smiling, you're like making her laugh a little bit if possible, teasing her if possible, like if something naturally comes up. And, you know, you get her number, you text her, hey, it was fun meeting you. You set up a date within the first like 2 to 3 texts that you send her. You invite her like, cool, like this Friday, let's do, you know, X, Y, and Z location and, you know, thing. And cool, awesome, perfect. I'll see you then. It's that simple. Okay. And I have a lot more text breakdowns exactly like this one in my private community, Natural Confidence Lab. It's where you get to work with me one-on-one directly if that's something that you're interested in. I've already helped a lot of guys just answer their questions and actually start approaching women in real life, you know, not just watching the videos, but approaching women, getting my feedback, and then continuously like going out there. I'm like a boxing coach where it's like, you know, you go out there, you approach a couple girls, and then you come back to my corner and I like clean you up a little bit, give you some advice, and then you go back out there and approach more women. That's kind of what I kind of treat the community like. So, you know, I have a ton of other content in there as well, like literally like golden content like this. So definitely go check that out if that's something that you want. And that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you next time.